Hello friends, today we are going to learn what is self-management, one more managerial skill. Now when we are talking about self-management, it is nothing but the ability to prioritize goals. Why? Because these goals must be decided when to be done and they are going to be accountable for when necessary actions are to be completed. In short, we can say that self management is very important because it is showing that how reliable employee you are to the organization. It is found that those individuals who are without the skills don't have any credibility, or rather, we can say they are unpredictable, which makes the employer nervous. When you're having self regulation, you can claim that you are very much dedicated individual, an individual who is very calm, who is firm on his thoughts, and who can lead to smarter actions. It can be seen that in future the need for quality of self management will increase. The reason behind that is as more work will be done, the reason is that as more work will be done remotely, it will require managers and leaders and employees to possess this one of the most valuable competency. It is said that when you have strong self-management skills, you tend to be more successful at work. That's because these skills help you to stay productive. These skills help you to find ways in your independence. Even if you feel that your abilities in this area are lacking, but one person who puts in his total efforts can improve it by span of time. When you are talking about self management, these skills help you to follow when you are on work. These skills help a person like they are managing yourself for a goal setting effort. And that is why a self management skill gives you more control over your career. So, friends, this is how self management is important. Now, moving on to the next slide, we can see few examples of self management over here. In this, self management is reliability. As I have told you, reliability it talks about your employee and colleagues can always count on you, count on any particular work or responsibility that is being allotted to them. When you make a promise, you follow and through them. Second example is stress management. It has been found that in extreme high pressure situations, the individual who is self managed try to remain calm. Rather, instead of being disturbed, he is focused and he is able to solve the stressful problems. Thirdly, a person who is self managed, he is a best time management individual. He knows how to prioritize his task. He also knows that how things are to be get done in time and without procrastination. Nextly, trustworthiness. A self-management individual have strong code of ethics. These ethics are very important when you're talking about your moral values in an organization. The more you're ethical, the better and the best position is waiting for you. The more you're ethical, the more you're trustworthy. An organization values and respects such individuals or employees. Trustworthiness also counts towards the team can trust you and act for you in any way. They may go out of the way to help you or complete the task. Adaptability. Adaptability is also one example of your self management, which talks about that when things are suddenly changed, there is no discomfort. A self managed individual knows how to address with the changes and adapt it as the time passes on. This adaptation makes him helpful to go through the situations very nicely and manage it at each and every level. Conscientiousness. You are always mindful of what you say and what you treat others. A self management individual is always kind and thoughtful towards self and other people also. When we say self management talks about that it is you are an reliable employee. Though it is very difficult to predict that how an individual is self managed, we can see to it that sometimes it is very difficult to control in the situations. Sometimes it is difficult to manage the emotions. And at this particular time, a person who is self regulated, he is going to be intense in his emotion and thoughts. So, here we can see how to improve self management skills if they are planning to go for this particular activity. The first is take care about yourself. What does it mean? It does not say that take care about yourself. It means that you're going to take care about your grooming and so on, all those parts. But take care in yourself, it does not mean that you're going to be grooming yourself. But take care in yourself talks about the people who lose their temper, the people who become disorganized when they are not feeling better. If they are discomfort, if they are not feeling better, it means they are not going to be focused on their work. They can be out of control in the way they are acting. And at the same time, it is going to be disturbing their whole life. So, taking care of yourself means eating healthy, getting enough sleep, and regular exercising. Now, why these points are being included in self management? The lifestyle has brought many changes for us. In the last 2 to 3 decades, we have moved from a simple 9 to 6 job to 24 by 7 jobs. Growing competition, intense, cutthroat competition, all this has made an individual that you need to have a mental health. And for that mental health, you need to have a caring approach towards you. Try to find out ways of relaxation. Try to find out getting support whenever you are needing it. And be more mindful whenever you are doing something for it. Then in the second part, we can also see to it that how we are going to take care of yourself by practicing of being patient. Now, how to be patient? When we say we are patient, it means managing yourself. Managing is much easier than having a strong sense of patience. For many people, managing themselves or being patient comes with practice, but some people are inborn with it. No issues. If we say it comes by practice, try to remember that every work has a timeline. And this timeline, it means that you are going to make yourself in such a way that what are your priorities? Try to set those priorities and complete the work within time. Have patience for each and every job that is being allotted or the tasks that are to be completed. This will help you to calm down. Third, focus your attention on one task. Yes, gone are the days when we say that we need to have hundreds of skills. Contrary to the popular belief, people do not have the ability to successfully multitask. Yes, though today is the word of multitasking, but individuals who are going for self management, they need to do one task and pay attention to one particular task at a time. This will help them to create a systematic approach to the work they are doing. Not only this, they will be able to create their own organizational system. By this, you will prioritize your responsibilities and you will become more and more focused day by day. This strategy also helps an individual to not be stressful in the situations. And last, fourth one is your reflect on your strengths. We have discussed about the SWOT analysis. So in SWOT analysis, you're going to focus on the strengths that you're having. Take a moment to think about what skills you do best. By understanding what you are good at, make an effort where that effort is going to create an expert in you. That effort is going to make you an expert in the areas you are extremely good. As the time passes by, you will excel in that particular skill. For example, if you are a good communicator, you could aim for the role where you are going to contact with others directly. See, my friends, when you embrace your strengths, you feel more confident because you are aware of your own skill. So, these were some of the tips of how to improve your self management. Now, we move on to a second part of it where you are going to be discussing about how to use self management skills at your workplace. Now, when we say workplace, it means that these are the areas where you are actually working, and self management is going to be an important part of it. When you say work management, you control your actions. When you say work management, you need to act very professionally. And why you're doing this? Because you are aiming to be a respectful employee in the eyes of your colleagues, co-workers, and the organization. So, few are some of the ideas of using self-management skills at workplace. First, set goals for yourself. When you're setting goals for yourself, it means that you are very ambitious and you're going to reach that particular point. When you have set goals for yourself, you will be able to measure and track what is your performance and how much gap is to be filled. In short, it means you are going to convey yourself that how your time is going to be managed. You're going to set your priorities. When you're setting goals, a simple clue for all of you, just follow the SMART goal method. SMART goal stands for S, it means your goal should be specific. M, it means your goal should be measurable. A stands for your goal should be achievable. R stands for your goal should be relevant to whatever the task is being allotted to you. And T stands for it should be a time-bound goal. So a SMART goal method will be helping you to achieve your goals at a time. So when a goal is being set, always remember the SMART goal method. The second way of using the self-management at workplace is plan for each workday. Now, when you say plan for each workday, in simple words, you need to have a calendar. Not the calendar which gives you the details of day and dates, but a calendar where you are going to be organizing your week. Map all your activities and your task based on the priorities for that week that needs to be completed on number one. At the end of each workday, set aside some time. By this way, you will be able to analyze what is the task that is being completed in that day and what is to be completed for tomorrow. So plan for tomorrow's activities one day prior. At the same time, there are also things that sometimes you could prefer doing at home. If that's so, give it a chance. And you will be able to understand how successful your workday was. A weekday can be converted to a 2 weeks calendar or a monthly calendar gradually. The third skill talks about come to meetings prepared. Now, when we are talking about meetings, it means that it shows your colleagues that how self-control you are and how valued you have when you are into a meeting. Coming to a meeting prepared, it means you have your agenda ready with you. Coming to a meeting prepared, it means that you have done your homework very well, and it means you are preparing your talking points. You have gathered information on important tasks that is to be completed or information that is to be shared. Make sure that whenever you are arriving at the meeting, you are be going to be present there few minutes before. On the days you have meeting, make sure that you are fresh mentally and physically. And the last skill or the last tip is think before you speak. A very important point. Whenever you're discussing about projects with your colleagues, think that what you are going to say. Whenever you are going to discuss anything, try using words which are simple and better to understand. Avoid the words which can be hurting to someone. Try giving valuable insights so that your colleagues will also understand the value for that project and completing it within the timeline. Even if you have certain critics within you, try to get alternative ways into it. By this way, you will be becoming more and more valuable and an individual who is going to be gaining respect. Then certain rules are being laid down for self-management. Now, what are those rules all about? These rules talk about that how you are going to manage yourself into your life. So live by your values. Don't confuse the people when you don't, because they will always keep in mind that how you are behaving and not what your values are. Speak whatever you want to say. If you don't express yourself, if you don't stand up and give your willingness, no one is going to understand what is going on to your mind or what you're thinking about. Thirdly, honor your own good words. Keep the promises, and if people stop believing you, then you will be no longer for the work. Next rule, when you are being asked for more responsibility, expect to be held fully accountable. A task has been given to you, you are going to be accountable for the completion of the work. The moment you lose the ownership towards the work, you are going to be treated like a trash. Don't expect the people to trust if you are not willing to be trustworthy. दिखावा नहीं करना है. Be more productive by creating more good habits and rejecting the bad ones. Good habits will give you energy and confidence in whatever you are doing. Have a good work ethic, as I have told you. Dependability, timeliness, professionalism, diligence, all these are going to be very much important. Be action oriented. Be interested in work that you are going to do. Be courteous and polite when you are dealing with others, and be understandable. Along with that, you need to be self-disciplined. And at the same time, take care that don't be a victim of anyone. When you say don't be a victim of anything, it means don't be shy, but always look be forward, be proactive, enthusiastic in completing your task. And last and most important, we have already discussed this, keep healthy and take care of yourself. These are some of the things which will be giving you an understanding of how self-management skills can be improved. On one end, we can see there are breathing and relaxation techniques. If you have certain emotional healing, then we can go for that. You can also go for self-motivation or physical well-being. breathing and relaxation techniques is the first step for self-management. This techniques especially relaxes your mind and body. If you have any emotional feelings, then try to find out what are the underlying causes for it. Try to understand the ego status. If it is an inner child ego, then it is an imaginary state. Remove that child ego from you. Revisit and visit your memories that will motivate you and build confidence in you. And then connect with your strengths. This will give you a self-motivation. When you are self-motivated, try to understand yourself first. Self-awareness. हमने emotional intelligence में देखा था. This being a good friend to yourself will help you to targeted affirmations. Automatically आपको positive signals खुद के body से मिलने लगेंगे. Give a positive talk. Don't be negative at all. The more you're going to be positive, the better the confidence and the better the way to deal with situations and problems will be clear to you. And all this will give you a mental and positive energy. So breathing, relaxation, emotional healing, self-motivation karte karte, we are going to be a physical well-being. We are going to have good food, we are going to have good sleep, we are going to have positive vision and good habits. And yes, your self-management skills are very well developed. So these are few of the techniques that normally a counselor or the trainers adapt to give self-management, learn to cope with stress, develop your self-esteem. खुद को किसी से नीचा मत समझो. You need to have an identity of yourself. Develop effective strategies to cope up with conflict. ज़्यादा अगर कहीं बाहर फंसते हो, तो understand what are the reasons कि बार-बार आप वही situation में क्यों stuck हो जाते हो, क्या problem है. Develop a positive attitude to the study. Repraise your situations where you have been done exceedingly good. कौन सी ऐसी चीज है जिसने आपको ज्यादा मदद की है within yourself, not outside I'm talking. Take the feedback very positively. Though even it is a negative feedback, learn from your mistakes. Maintain a very good, healthy lifestyle. By this way, you are going to give you a reward that taking time for yourself. And taking time for yourself, it will make you learn to manage time in a better way. Once again, the same slide is being repeated. This is just for your information. If you're stressed, you don't have self-management just because of your stress, you need to have a breakout. If you fall self-motivation, find out the list that you're going to build your motives. If you don't have self-confidence, think happily, be positive. If time management is a problem, prioritize your work. This is all we need to have a self-management skill. Thank you so much.